Hi, welcome to episode 45. Can you believe it? 45?
45.
Of Not Enough Thumbs.
Halfway to 100. Minus 5.
Okay. This week's movie is Lady Ballers from 2023. It actually just came out, 2 days ago?
On Friday.
Yeah.
Premiered Friday.
And this is sponsored by Hitbox Fitness.
All right, so this is a comedy unlike any other, and it is an original production by the Daily Wire, which you wouldn't think movies when you think Daily Wire. If you're familiar with them at all, they provide news.
Alternative news source. Yeah.
And all from national to international coverage. And there's a handful of hosts that provide the content on YouTube and various other media platforms, and they are dipping their feet into the entertainment industry they've got a few dramas, and this is their first comedy.
Yeah, they've done one about school shootings, which was kind of that was a heavy one. We watched that one also. There was one about a home invasion.
Yep.
There was one about the Old West and a murder attempt kind of deal.
Yeah. That one had Gina Carano. She played in the Mandalorian and a UFC fighter also.
Yeah, so all of them different genres of movie that they put out so far, and
they've recently come out with some pretty good kids content.
Yeah, so they got a lot of stuff to check out. They're up and coming, I think, in the entertainment world.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is a comedy unlike any other. Probably a comedy from 20 years ago that you would see. Think of the movies like Blazing Saddles, or Airplane, or slapstick like Naked Gun, and even South Park, I will say. And I say South Park because South Park makes fun of everybody. And the way they do it, despite the vulgarity, is pretty funny. And this is something that comedians did all the time. They would take your stereotypes and they would poke fun at it, and generally the audience would be pretty funny. So the storyline of this plot is that this kind of applies to current events where you got this group of guys who had played high school basketball together. And then,
they weren't great at it.
And then, was it 13 years later or something like that, or 15 years later,
yeah.
They're
all doing different things. So they all kind of split apart. They're different ways. The least likely of them to be successful was rich and had cats everywhere in his home. And then two of them who were brothers, they were making it in social media somehow. I mean, they were selling
used cars.
Okay, but they were good at what they were doing with the media, and so there was a lot of online kind of presence with them.
And so they accidentally stumbled into
and then the other one was working as a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
At a bar.
It looked like they were serving some food there. So
yeah.
And later on, you find out that it used to be a place that sold CDs. So anyway, the coach, who is the lead in this movie, which is actually the co-owner of the Daily Wire.
And the producer of this film.
Yeah, and director.
Yeah.
So just another side note, it's really funny to see all of the political commentators have some kind of cameo or even a role in this movie. It kind of reminds me of...
Yeah, all of them showed up in this one.
Yes, they
Every
all
single
do.
one of them, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the guys who are working on this next big invention within their own garage, something that nobody else has ever done before, and they're... this movie didn't seek after the big Hollywood stars. They kind of just
only one Hollywood star.
Do you remember who it was? Oh, Brett Cooper. Yeah, Brett Cooper has been an actress before. So anyway, the coach and his former teammate accidentally stumble into this opportunity where they were actually accepted into this race.
By accident.
By accident. He was still in his
cross-dressing
costume.
From getting off work, yeah.
And this was for a race. and so he competed and was celebrated.
Wasn't it a
for
marathon or something? I think
it was just a sprint.
Okay.
It was a sprint, yeah. And so once,
so the men's division was full.
Yes.
And so the woman checking him in was telling the coach, no, the men's division is full. You need to leave. And then the athlete walks up and he still has
in
his
costume
outfit on, and she says, "Oh, yeah. So the women's division is open. I'll get you right in," and gets him right in. And he's like, "Wait a minute, what's going on right now?"
And so they play along with it, and then
of course he wins.
He wins, yeah. Because anyway, and then so they decide to, hey, let's try this in other sports, mainly basketball.
Let's get our old team back together and win in women's basketball.
So there's a part of the story where they're seeking after the other players, and then they participate in women's basketball and they take it to the very top, and
a joke gets played on them.
Yes.
Team gets switched out for all males.
And so it just...
So they're competing with their own then at this point.
There was not a woman on the court in a women's basketball game. And so I thought it had a very heartwarming twist at the end. Because the coach has a little daughter. And she had her friends there. And she was really proud of her dad for what he was doing. And so anyway, he gets them on the court.
Yeah, he plot twists it at the end and throws in little girl's basketball team.
Yeah.
So his daughter's age, she's 9, I think,
and
8 or 9.
He subbed out all of his players because he totally got destroyed by the other team who made the other guy team.
So then he throws in his daughter and his daughter's friends, and they end up winning because they won over the hearts of the other team.
And they, even the opposing team was helping, because these are short little girls, and they were carrying them up to the net,
helping them, get their baskets
to dunk. And it was a really great.
It was cute.
Great close. Mm-hmm. And actually, the news, the channel that was featuring the game said the other team did win, and it was 418-6 or something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, like you said before, it was over the top about this is gonna be a hostile takeover kind of deal, right? So.
And so, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to get offended. That's the way it is nowadays. But that's kind of what it used to be. And that's what comedy was all about. Just kind of people being able to take the hits.
Playing on current affairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I thought it was highly entertaining. I can't really recall any dull moments in the movie.
No, it was just funny all the way through.
It was paced really well.
Mm-hmm.
And for the commentators not being actors, they did a pretty good job.
Great job,
with the roles that they were given.
There was a couple awkward moments. How much? You have to watch to understand what that's about. But.
That guy reminded me of what Rob Schneider's character did in a lot of movies where he says, "You can do it."
Yeah. Yep, you're right. That is. Yep. That's
so that was another element from comedies from the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. I would classify this as probably a slapstick just because it's really, really silly.
It is, for sure.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
As far as originality and the comedic element of it, I would give it an 8.5 to 9. It was good. It was well done.
I'll give it a 9, yeah.
Entertaining the whole way through.
It's I give them a lot of props for primarily being in the world of politics and being able to get themselves in the entertainment industry,
to just break the seriousness and break the and just have some fun and make it funny.
Fun is a great word to describe it. So check it out, but you'll have to get a subscription.
For right now anyway. It's only available on the Daily Wire, so if you want to check it out, which we recommend, then go ahead and get a subscription to the Daily Wire. I believe that they have different packages you can get from monthly. So you could just get a 1 month just to watch the movie.
Yep, and some people I think did that.
And some people, will do that. Or you can do like us and get the yearly subscription.
So thank you for joining us this week, and I hope you'll check it out sometime.
See you next time.